7:30 on the dot this morning with the first coronavirus vaccine being shipped across the country. Many of you have asked us what it will affect or how it will affect spreadability.
But we don't know to what extent infection is reduced.
We took your questions straight to the experts.
And we've got fresh snow on the ground this morning. Expect a slick commute. I'm going to let you know about our next storm that's in the forecast.
Washington has been putting homeless foster children in hotels.
Pretty much feel like I was told was it's your fault that you have to get sent to these hotels.
We'll hear from someone who preferred living in a barren land outside of Tucson, Arizona instead.
Plus, a new housing complex in town could have rent as low as $250 a month. This morning, how a local nonprofit is working to bring more affordable housing to Spokane.
Up with KREM begins now.
7:30 on your Monday morning. Thank you so much for joining us. As many of you know, you're waking up to snow this morning. Overnight, it might make your commute just a little bit longer. So this morning, we are taking a live look at our road conditions right now. Jeremy, what are we seeing?
Dana Marie, I actually need you to go outside. You need to put down the iPad, you need to head outside, and you need to tell me what your road looks like, because many places are still seeing a lot of snow on the road, and it's a slick start to the day. That's the case across much of town. I woke up to a slick road outside the house and had to kind of drive through it. It was a little slick going in. It's that kind of snow that packed down overnight. And then once we had those temperatures cool, it kind of glazed over a lot of that snow. So expect a slow go until you get on some of those main roads. Even some of the arterials have a little bit of snow still lingering on them early this morning. That's the case across much of the inland Northwest. With temperatures hovering right around freezing, Moses Lake, Lewiston, you're the only two places starting to get above freezing. Everywhere else, we're right around 30 degrees as we kick off the day. The snow itself starting to work its way on out, and that's going to be the case as clouds kind of linger throughout the day today. Then we get our next round of snow working its way back into the forecast. That's tomorrow. I think we see a little bit before the morning commute, but I don't think we have to worry about accumulation until after you're out the door, after everything for the morning is done, and it's that middle part of the day where we see a bulk of that. Now, once that happens, it definitely starts to melt tomorrow because today is our coldest day of the week. We're going to climb to up near 34 degrees later on this afternoon. 33, 34 is right about there. 34 happens. It doesn't happen for too long, so just know that that's going to be the case. Then tomorrow we get the snow. It falls quick, and then it turns into a sloppy mess as temperatures climb as we head into the afternoon.
It is 7:33 on your Monday morning. Today, Spokane City Council is considering an emergency order regarding adding fluoride to its city water. City Council approved a grant to begin the process earlier this year. Adding fluoride to the water could be implemented by 2024. Spokane Mayor Nadine Woodward sent out a letter to City Council President Breanne Beggs earlier this month, urging City Council to allow residents to vote on this matter. City Council is expected to talk about the resolution again today. We will keep you updated. Meanwhile, here are 3 things you need to know about the coronavirus to start your day. Number 1, the first ever COVID vaccine in the United States will arrive in Washington today. Governor Jay Inslee says shots could be administered as soon as tomorrow. Healthcare workers and long-term care facility residents will be among the first in the state to get the vaccine. That's happening tomorrow. The Department of Health says Washington will get 222,000 doses by the end of this month.
Number 2, new Spokane County updates are in. 303 new cases are reported, 2 new deaths, more than 130 currently hospitalized, with more than 21,000 confirmed cases countywide. Disease investigators say they continue to increase and see those increases in cases linked to gatherings in personal settings and within long-term care facilities. Due to high volume of COVID-19 case information they are receiving, updates to death and hospitalization data may be delayed by 1 or 2 days.
And last, here are the latest numbers out of Idaho. On Sunday, 547 total new cases were reported and 6 more people have died. Since the start of the pandemic, there have been 1,180 deaths from the coronavirus in North Idaho. Out of a total of 101,507 confirmed cases, about 46% of people have reportedly recovered from the virus. Now, as the vaccine distribution process does begin, we know you have plenty of questions. That's why we here at KREM have created our vaccine team to help you get your answers.
Can you spread COVID after you get the vaccine?
It's a really great question, and the answers we don't know. Because we now have data to show that at least 2 of the vaccines reduce the disease caused by the virus, but we don't know to what extent infection is reduced.
If you have your own vaccine question like this and you'd like to send it to us, our KREM 2 vaccine team can take a look at it. All you have to do is text 509-448-2000. And if you'd like the latest vaccine updates, you can also stay in the know by just texting the word vaccine to that same number, 509-448-2000.
And no matter where my work takes me, Spokane will always be in my heart and my roots and my home. And I'm so proud of the strong community that we have, and I really wanted to be a part of that. And by helping each other, we can really get through these trying times together.
Well, that's actress Sydney Sweeney. She was born and raised right here in Spokane. Now, if you don't recognize her, your kids probably do. She's in some of the most talked about shows of the year, including Euphoria, The Handmaid's Tale, and Sharp Objects. Now, she's helping local shelters and restaurants this week as a way to give back to her hometown. Sydney partnered with city and county leaders to provide 12 Spokane area restaurants with funds to create and deliver meals and to shelters over the next 12 days.
Provide a little holiday relief for both the restaurants who are really struggling right now and the homeless who will be facing a really, really tough winter. And even if it's just a little, I hope that others can find their own way to give back too.
And the first round of meals go out today. And as Joshua was saying earlier, you know, when people go to Hollywood, sometimes they forget about their hometown, but not Sydney. She's back here doing those great things for us. And just another reminder that how strong our true community is in tough times, Joshua.
It's that expression you hear all the time. Don't forget about us when you hit it big. People say it whenever people are headed to Hollywood, you know, and this is clear proof that is not the case if you come from the Northwest. I think it's a fair statement for a lot of us, right?
Exactly, and I had no idea she was from Spokane. I'm actually a fan of her, so it's really cool to know that. And then she still remembers us here and wants to make a difference.
We
so
love to see that
cool.
impact starting up right here in the Northwest. And we'll keep an eye on it as well. We're also keeping an eye on a new apartment complex in town that's aimed at helping those struggling with rent during the pandemic.
So that allows us to have flexibility with the rents and to keep them at a manageable level.
We spoke to them about how they are making it happen.
And we're waking up to a bit of fresh snow here in town that makes for a nasty morning commute, even though things are starting to calm down across a good chunk of the region.